Hi, my name's Chapman, and I'm starting my own business. This is a video series that chronicles every step of the way, and I want to challenge you to pick up any idea that you've been tinkering around with and follow along with the video series and start your own business as well. In this video, we're going to go through the detailed steps of creating your first website, and I'm going to do it for $5 a month and a little bit of hard work. So first up, you have to understand a little bit about the web. Every website out there physically exists on some computer somewhere, and there's a thing called hosting, and it's basically renting space on a server that's connected to the internet, and that's where your files will be stored. That's where your website will live. So we need to acquire some hosting. So to do that, I'm going to use my DigitalOcean account. And their pricing here is very attractive. At $5 a month, you get their lowest end machine. It's completely yours to customize and configure. So I'm going to go ahead and after I've logged in here and created my account and hooked up my credit card and all that, I'm going to go ahead and create a droplet. Now, DigitalOcean likes to call all their servers droplets. So that's just kind of the branding that they chose to use here. Now, we could just do a one-click app. And ultimately, we're going to be building out a WordPress site. And they do offer WordPress 4.6.1 on 16.04. Now, this is almost the latest version of WordPress. Once you have that up and running, you press a few buttons, and then you can have the latest version. It's great if you want to go that route and save yourself some hassle. But I'm going to go through the steps of completely building out the server by hand so that you know that it's as secure as possible. So the first thing I need to do is select which version of Linux I would like to run this on. Now, Linux is one of the most common OSs out there for web servers. Typically, you've probably dealt with Windows and Mac, and maybe you've heard about Linux. Well, Linux comes in a bunch of different flavors, and the one I'm going to use today is Ubuntu. We can get into the details of what each flavor or distribution does and how it's different another time. If you're going to follow along, we're going to go with Ubuntu. We're going to be using the latest long-term service version, which is 16.04. As far as which server to build, I'm just going to choose the smallest one here at $5 a month. They actually charge you hourly, so you can build a server and then destroy it if you mess up or don't like it, and you'll only be charged the penny that it took. So in here, I'm going to not worry about block storage. I'm not going to be hosting a lot of large files. And I'm going to choose the data center region, which region is closest to both my customers and to me. So I reside in Orlando. So New York is a bit closer than San Francisco. So I'm going to go with New York. And 3 is their latest data center. It's their newest data center in New York. So we'll go with 3. We'll add some additional options here. I'm going to turn on private networking and also backups. So backups are going to increase the cost of my droplet by 20%, but it allows me to revert to a previous version if I ever get hacked or need to roll back to a previous version and still have all my data. And just to keep things future proof, I'm going to enable IPv6. You really don't have to worry about this at all. You can either enable it or not. It's just a different way of handling IP addresses. So in my case, I'm going to enable my SSH key. For you, I'd recommend for right now not adding an SSH key and just dealing with passwords. So essentially, you'll get emailed the password for your server once it gets created. So I'm going to create one droplet, one server. And I'm going to name it the name of my project. In this case, I'm just going to make it a reactive pixel .test. So this is just a server I'm going to delete here after this example. But I do already have a production server up and running for my main website. Now, I say production server because typically you want a staging and a production server, but that's more getting into the gritty details of safeguarding our files once we're fully deployed. But we're not even fully deployed yet, so let's start off with making our live server. So I'm going to create that, and what that's going to do is it's actually installing the OS directly onto that brand new onto that brand new server. So we're just going to kind of wait for that to complete. And I'm using Mac OS X. You can, on Windows, use a program called Putty. That's Putty. But I'm going to open up Terminal. And from Terminal, I can grab the IP address here. This is an IPv4 address. And basically with the v6 that we selected, there's only so many numbers that can fit in this spec. The v6 just allows for more. As more devices come online, we need a spec that was not developed in the 70s. So on a Mac, I don't have to install anything on my machine. I can just say SSH and then the username root at the IP address that I copied and press enter. Now I can see this from absolutely anywhere on my computer and it will just reach out and log in. So the very first time here, it's going to basically fingerprint itself against the server, and this just prevents some malicious attacks that could possibly happen. This is basically saying this is the first time that the server has connected. Are you sure you should be connecting to a brand new server? I'm gonna say yes. So right here, it's asking for my key phrase. You're probably gonna see a different message here asking for the password for root. Now you'll notice that I'm gonna type right here, but you're not going to actually see anything on the screen. And when I type that in, or when you type your password in, you should be automatically logged into your server. And you'll notice every time you log in, it gives you this little update of how many packages are in need of being updated. Now, to be secure, we want to always keep updating this. And minimally once a month, come in here and do some housekeeping. So to do the housekeeping, I'll just kind of show you that command right now. You want to come in as root and just say apt-get update, and it will reach out and kind of look up all of the locations for all the different packages that could be installed. And it just gets kind of a list of where everything's at. And then once you're there, you can say apt-get dist upgrade. And that will upgrade the distribution of your currently installed OS and all the packages that are there. So we are all done there. So basically, this is everything that we need. We actually have our server up and running, and we have a blank box out there in the cloud. So what comes next is setting up, we're gonna install WordPress for the purposes of my business. And as part of that, there's a much better way to run your business than with WordPress. However, when we're just getting up and running in the very beginning, we're gonna start small, work larger. But the thing to focus on is we're trying to start fast. So I just want something dirty and ugly and up there that we can then iterate on a little bit, whenever we get time. Because the big thing is we want to get our product in front of our user as early as possible so that the user can influence what our product actually becomes. Because without the users of our products, there is no interest. So there's no reason to have our product. So that concludes things for this short video. In the next video, we're going to take the steps to actually configure the security for the server. Hope you look forward to it.